Philippe Levaux, the CEO of In Vivo Wine. Very happy to welcome you today for this webinar, a special event for us to highlight the news and what sort of news we have for Café de Paris, prestigious brand, a brand who is very close to our heart and for which we have a lot to say to you today. As far as I understand, the attendee we have in the other opposite side of the camera are coming from everywhere: UK, Sweden, from the USA as well, Lithuania, Spain, Canada, Italy, Norway, Netherlands, Switzerland, Denmark. So it means that a lot of people are certainly interested by Café de Paris, and we are very happy to count on you for the development of this fantastic brand and our fantastic products. Let's start with a little bit of history. First of all, because I'm here in that Café de Paris plant, located at Cubzac, next to Bordeaux. That's 100 years that this plant started, and is still the main factory for Café de Paris. And as you know, for a year now, we acquired this brand from Pernod Ricard. And the first thing we have done is to reshape the quality of the sparkling wine. Also in the same move, change the labels, extend the range of the classic sparkling wines, such as the organic now, which is an additional SKU from our range. So that was really the first thing we've done, highlighting also what is for the mass retails, the sort of presentation, the labels, and what is specifically for the on-trade business. A lot of things are coming on board as well during the next weeks, couple of months. Extension of range, such as the ice of Café de Paris, such as the vin de printemps, le blanc de printemps, which is a specific wine profile from the spring season and for the spring season that you can taste and enjoy for the spring and the summertime. But also, as you know, we're just starting a range of still wines, the Café de Paris still wines, coming from the Gascogne area. And this product is mainly also for the purpose of the aperitif time, the purpose of the easy drink and lazy drink. And that's already what we have done. But the purpose of today is to speak about our new range that you will discover. And hopefully, I hope you get the samples, all of you, and we will receive the samples. And sorry for those who didn't receive yet all kind of samples, but I'm sure it's coming in the next few days. But by the way, this is the main purpose of our speech today and our presentation. And before I start to give you more details, let's have a look to a small clip. Okay, what can I say in addition to that summary? Probably a lot concerning the products, and Bruno will help me on that, helping you also to discover and taste the product. But why Café de Paris send or launch that range of wine seltzer? First of all, wine seltzer, the name sounds coming from the US, and that's true that we have been inspired by what is happening in the US concerning the hard seltzer mainly, and the fact that it's totally a new sort of beverage for the millennials. As a new sort of beverage between beer, wine, and sodas. It's a new range of product who is offering more refresh, bitterness sort of taste. So the challenge was for us not to do a copy of Me Too of hard seltzer, but more to start from what is the DNA of our company, wine. And with wine, we get an adding value, which is the structure, the aroma of the wine that we are selected for their specific productions. And then we add the R&D and the additional making, which is the balance with water, because it's the same structure of production that any kind of hard seltzer, and also the choice of kind of aroma that we are presenting to you today. So yes, that's first of all a big challenge for us, is to say that we are a producer of wine, and so it's obvious that we are the producer of this new kind of product, wine seltzer. Why we decided to also present that wine seltzer into a glass, 20 centiliters. First of all, because a question of recyclability of the glass, which is obvious, and the fact also that is certainly more elegant, and all the kind of consumer tests we have done here in France, but as well in the UK and the US, really enjoy about this sort of presentation, because for sure you can drink it with a glass and it's certainly more elegant. And wine is usually a way of consumption in a glass, so in the sense that it's more elegant. Another thing that we have done is a choice of 3 starting aroma for the beginning, but you can be sure that we have other sorts already ready for us if it's a success, or that we can adapt to some of your countries and way of consumption, because that's certainly starting with the French market. We have also some ambition in the US with that wine seltzer, and all the countries, I presume, who have been with us today are certainly quite interested by having a taste today, but also some business in the future. The last thing I would like to highlight is really a kind of products who are totally linked with the DNA of Café de Paris, with the way of life of France, with the way of life specifically in Paris, a terrace of a coffee, or by the way, with friends. So it's totally together and next to the classic sparkling, an additional moment and way of consumption next to also our still wine. So I'm very proud about the work that has been done by the team, very proud of also to have you today and showing your interest in our range. But now let's move to the taste. And I'm happy to welcome Bruno, and Bruno, our winemaker, chief winemaker, you're chief, Bruno. And Bruno will spend some time with you for the tasting. May, as a last point for now, recommend something. If you have any questions on the invitation, we offer you the choice to and the possibility to ask us a few questions by email, and I will be very happy after the tasting with Bruno to answer those questions. Thank you to all of you for the moment.
Thank you, Philippe. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Very happy to welcome you in this webinar on the wine seltzer. That for sure was a great idea, and to share it with you today is very exciting. We have been working quite hard on it to make it really different, and to use the technology that we are using for the sparkling, which is a main difference between the hard seltzer, as you know, is mainly done with corn fermentation and addition of CO2, when we are really on the wine segment of sparkling, using our sparkling-based Café de Paris with a lot of lees aging, and you will see the results very soon. So the range we have been starting is quite simple to understand, and we have been working a lot with customers, not only French customers, but a little bit of everywhere, to know what they would like to have and what are they awaiting from those new category of product. So what we have seen, most of the people are fed up with two aromatic products. They want refreshing product with low calorie, low alcohol, something you can drink with friends easily. So, and something with a little touch of sweetness and freshness as well, the good balance. And so we have done the first products we have achieved now is Elderflower. So it's very citrusy, very easy, and very refreshing. Then peach, because it was a big demand, but we have a new type of peach aroma, because most of the peach aroma are on the yellow peach and quite heavy, with, I think, too much peach character. So we really work with a style of peach that we call in France pêche de vigne, which is more the white fruit, refreshing, skinny taste. And finally, a nice cherry, very innovative, made with fresh cherry juice. So shall we start together? So we will start with the Elderflower. And the best way to taste it, you will see, is to use this kind of glass. We will have a specific Café de Paris glass. Just add some ice cubes, and let's go for it. So as you can see, we have a lot of very nice foam, looking like a beer. Very exciting, very pretty, very appealing. And that's really the big difference between hard seltzer, wine seltzer. Because if you use a hard seltzer, of course, you don't have those nice little bubbles. It's more like a sparkling water, and it's made for that. When in fact, in a hard seltzer made with our specific Café de Paris sparkling wine, we have this nice presentation, very appealing. Yummy, yummy. It's very refreshing. I like the taste because it's very floral, citrusy once again. The sugar level is quite low, so calories are quite low. Alcohol strength is 6.5, if you may ask. And it's very easy, very refreshing. So it's really something that I think most of the people like. And all the tasting we have done with customers, in fact, very few of them, they have, of course, preference. They prefer this one or this other one, but most of them really love this refreshing taste, and I'm sure you will enjoy them. Waiting for your question on that and your feedback. It's very important for us because we are really learning from everybody and very open to discussion on the profile. The next one will be the peach. So once again, you see this amazing foam, and it's really like a chantilly on the top of the liquid. So it's very elegant, very, very nice with a pale color. So very elegant, peachy aromas, easy to understand. This is why we have done peach, because everybody knows peach. And we have big demand for peach, but revisited. Once again, refreshing, so you don't have the heavy taste of the peach. It's really well balanced. And just to finish, we will finish with the sherry, one of my favorites, to say it. I prefer this very pinky and very really it's really the fashion of rosé, as you know, in France, we're known for that. So this cherry is really unique, made with, as I say, pure cherry juice. Always very nice. I think it's really nice to have this unique presentation, which make it so sexy and so nice looking. Look at this pink color. So it's really something that you want to drink very quickly. So I'm going to taste it again. So it's the one with a little bit more sugar because, as you may know, the cherry juice, fresh cherry juice, is quite acidic. So just to balance it, I just made an addition of a little bit more sugar. But once again, you can say that even keeping the glass empty, the presentation is still nice. And then I'm sure I hope, and I'm sure you might enjoy that very much. So once again, of course, the inspiration came from the hard seltzer. But as Philippe said, we are really wine producers. So the wines that we are using are coming from our cellars. And all the know-how of Café de Paris is really translated in those very nice product, very modern and innovative one. So I hope you did enjoy as I did. And I'm sure that we are going to share that. And Philippe is going to come back. And we are really happy to answer your questions. And once again, thank you for joining us today and hope you had a lot of fun. So, Philippe.
Yes.
It's
great
still
tasting.
Good.
Yeah,
yes.
Great tasting, great tasting. I'm sure you've got a couple of questions, and to give you a little bit of additional time for sending us the questions, perhaps we can have, which is a nice summary, send the video again. That certainly will inspire you for additional questions. And with Bruno and myself, we're totally ready to answer those questions. Great. Yeah, we received a couple of questions already. I have the computer in front of me. What is the level of alcohol? It's very simple. I think it's on the little film as well. The level of alcohol is 6.5% on exactly all kind of recipe. Yeah. So that means that we are very low compared to the wine. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the additional key points who make it a selling point for that new trend of consumption. The recommended retail price in France, let's say it's will be €2.29 per bottle. And yes, we have some program already ready to have a pack of 3. Certainly because we will have a discovery sort of pack. Because also for the off-trade business, meaning the mass retailer, we need to have for sure additional kind of pack. And we keep in mind that probably we have a 75 cl centiliter wine seltzer Café de Paris coming on board very soon. Another question before we pass to the technical questions, Bruno, is about where in the store we recommend to implement that kind of product. We say it's various options. If it's a wine shop, I think it would be nice to have individual bottle into the fresh freezer, for example, because that helps for the ready to sell, because as Bruno recommend, we like to have that kind of product on the rock. So that's number one. Number two is certainly really into a kind of stores, mass retail stores, more into the sparkling range. That's what we recommend anyway. Now we move to the technical question. That's for you, Monsieur Bruno. Do they contain any colorant?
No. In fact, as I said, for the cherry one, it's really pure cherry juice. So this gives this very nice pink color, with blue nuances. The elderflower is as it is. As you know, it's as you can see, it's very clean, very transparent. The only little trick we have done for the peach, not to use any colorant, is to use a little bit of caramel to give this very nice light orange color. That's the little trick. But no, it's as natural as possible.
Great. Another question for you, Bruno, is what is the difference with hard seltzer?
So the big difference is that, as I said, hard seltzer is made with gaseified water, when in fact the carbonic gas from the wine seltzers is coming from the fermentation as a Charmat method. So it's that's why in fact it's so nice into presentation, and it really looks like a sparkling. So it's really, once again, the fermentation gas which gives us very nice and refreshing bubbles.
And the last question is something between you and me, is why do you have any project concerning the cans? No, the idea is really for us to keep the presentation in glass, because as I mentioned, it's a question of positioning of the brands, and really it's not only our hope or our this only decision is coming from the consumer research we have done about Café de Paris and the wine seltzer mainly. But by the way, Bruno, also is that a question of techniques of having the sparkling Charmat method in 2 cans or not?
It will be very complicated, as we don't have a can factory here. So that's why we really prefer to work with the Charmat method wines. Of course, to do can wines, it will be carbonated, and that's not the DNA, because we want to be a sparkling wine-based product.
Okay, I think we cover all the questions so far.
Maybe the one question we had this morning was sugar level.
Oh, sugar level.
And so sugar level is between 20-25, depending on the flavors. So the highest one is the cherry one, and we are still in the family of the wine. It's a cocktail à base de vin. So it's important for some countries for taxes and some custom issues. So it's really in the wine sector.
Okay, I think we cover all the questions so far. I'm sure you enjoyed the time with us today. You discover this wine seltzer range, Café de Paris. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for also taking the time to taste it, either with the experience we just go through with Bruno or later on. And please make sure you send us your comments. That will be helpful. You can certainly, we will use your feedback on that.
Okay.
Thanks again, and cheers to all of
everybody.
you.
Enjoy your evening,
et à
and
bientôt.
enjoy Café de Paris.
Cheers.